Today I'll be talking about breathing and bracing and how to use it correctly while you're lifting big weights for static weights. So for the deadlift, squat, bench is a little bit different, but for the big compound movements, lifting movements, whole body movements like a squat and the deadlift, what you want to do for breathing and bracing basically is take a big breath and then shove all the air you want to fill your stomach up with air, basically, because this is where you're going to be pushing out against and be utilizing your abs muscles to stay more upright and have inter-abdominal pressure. So basically, you want a big breath, and then you shove out against your stomach, but you hold it there. You don't try to push it out unless you have a belt on. With beltless, you want to like flex and push out against it. So then you get that pressure all the way around. So basically, you want to pretend like someone's about to punch you in the stomach, and you have to flex your abs, but not only flex your abs, but take a big breath in and shove all the air into your stomach. And then with a belt, what you want to do is basically, this obviously puts pressure all the way around on your back and your stomach. And by utilizing a belt, you can use your ab muscles more, because when you're using your back, obviously you're lifting with you using your abs, you contract. And you can't really use that for the squat or deadlift unless you have a belt where you can push out against and help support your entire midsection and have inter-abdominal pressure all the way around. And then obviously you'll be more upright and you won't fold over, and you'll be stronger in there because you can utilize your ab muscles a lot more. So basically what you do is right here, take a big breath in and then shove out against it. And when you shove out against the belt, you should feel a lot of pressure around your back and around your stomach and everywhere. You should feel really tight. Basically, you should feel like your head's not about to explode, but basically you want to feel really tight and just it's a lot of pressure, basically. And I'll show you for the deadlift. So basically, when I get down to the bottom of the movement, I want to take a big breath in, and then I want to shove all the air that I have in my lungs and just shove them down towards my stomach and push out against the belt so it's tight everywhere. So basically like this. So same thing for the squat. What you want to do is, what I like to do is, I can get this on my back, of course, and then get out, come out, and then like that right there, where you have all your tightness, and then obviously you come down. I can't come down all the way because these things are in the way, but basically that's how you do that for the squat. It's the same thing, you want a big breath in, and then you shove it out against your stomach, or go against the this, which creates pressure all the way around, utilizing your ab muscles a lot more and making you more sturdy and stronger in both the deadlift and the squat, by not letting you fold over, and by using your ab muscles by pushing against the belt and having back support with the belt. So when it comes to breathing and bracing, it's very important for all your big compound movements. And this goes for all strongman movements too, like Atlas stone lifts, loading, keg loading, sandbag carrying, yoke carrying, farmer carrying. But it is a bit different. Like if I was about to use Atlas stone lift, obviously it'd be the same things like the deadlift setup, basically. And I go, and then I get down, and boom, basically you're tight. You're like a spring, and also you have that pressure. And then for like other movements like the yoke and the farmers, obviously, because it's for a distance, and for repetitions, you can obviously breathe either on top or on bottom. But when it comes to the farmer, yoke and sandbag and keg carry and all the other carry and strong movements, you're gonna have to breathe while carrying it. So basically you'll lift it up, and obviously, but in the lift part, obviously you want and you shove all the air you want in your stomach. You push out against your stomach, and you get all that pressure around there, and then you begin to lift, and then you can go out, and then you can breathe. But yeah, for the deadlift and the squat, obviously in the deadlift you can start at the top or in the bottom, depending if you use straps or not. but it's very important for strength training and obviously getting stronger and better, because it is obviously good technique and what you need to use for static lifting and obviously for like carrying events too. But it's very important because the thing is, if you don't breathe and brace, lifting is so much harder. It is so much harder. You're so much weaker. You're not lifting properly with proper form. You're not utilizing, you know, the most important thing to do when lifting is breathing and bracing. You know, if you breathe and brace harder, you'll be able to lift bigger weights. It's probably one, if not, it is the most important aspect when coming to lifting, is you have to breathe and brace for both the deadlift and the squat, and then you can do it in the bench too, and I do that too, and then obviously all your other movements. It is just so important to breathe and brace, because you won't be able to get that explosiveness, you won't be able to use your belt to the full ability, and obviously you'll just be using your muscles, and it's just, you will get injured. If you don't breathe and brace, eventually you will get an injury too. And that's another thing too, because when I wear a belt or if I don't wear a belt, you won't get injured not using a belt or using a belt if you properly breathe and brace. If you do not know how to breathe and brace, injury is so much easier, which is obviously not good. Like, I remember one time I was doing like Atlas stones, and I was doing the deadlift for reps, and I went out there and I didn't breathe and brace, and obviously I tore my erector muscle, and that was extremely painful. And I was out for like a month and a half. I've done that actually a couple of times. That was the beginning of my career, because I didn't know about breathing and bracing and exactly how you can use that for lifting and how it can benefit you from obviously not only getting stronger, but from stopping you getting injured and lifting with proper form. So
everything changes.